Yo guys, welcome back here. All right, so it is April 27th. It's a Tuesday. It's 9 a.m. Let's get back to it. Right now, I think all of us are probably watching MNMD, at least to some extent. We're also watching NSPR, which is, up over 1,000% pre-market. Really like to see this kind of action here, although this is a 1-to-15 reverse split. I did go ahead and trade NSPR, but if you guys saw, let me close this, close the Discord for now. If you guys saw my tweet here, I do just want to let you guys know that if you were trading at pre-market, this ticker specifically is having issues. So I tried to trade it pre-market and it took me roughly 5 minutes for my limit order to get filled. Now this isn't like, waiting for the price to get to my limit order. The price went over my limit order, which means, it should be filled right away. And it took about 5 minutes. Originally I had a quick sell here, and then my second sell didn't go through. The price went over my limit order and then went down. I moved my limit order all the way down. It goes again up above my limit order. Nothing happens. I call TOS. I'm like, oh man, this is looking bad, because usually when this happens, I like, it doesn't seem to get filled for the next 15-30 minutes. So I call TOS, and literally as they pick up, it goes through, which, is good because it shows, TOS picked up pretty fast this time. Sometimes, their hold times are in the hours. So it was nice to not have to wait on hold super long. Anyway, that may be a little bit cautious. They did say trading pre-market tickers that are in the middle of a reverse split often do have issues, which I was already kind of thinking is probably the issue. But, I'm pretty traumatized when it comes to TOS trading issues. So, I really don't mess around there. So I wanted to let you guys know about this as well. Anyway, NSPR, I mean, this is the big mover here at the moment with that reverse split. 1-to-15, up 1,000%. Really, really exciting stuff there. They do have a positive catalyst as well, statistically significant, for a phase 3 clinical trial. Always good to hear. So I think this is definitely going to be one to watch. I just wanted to see if there's anything else I wanted to say about it. Long-term chart's pretty nasty. Definitely want to watch out for that. Right now we're kind of in this $5 zone. Big resistance at 6. If we can break out above 6, I think we might have a nice little run. $10 is huge time resistance. I think we're going to see a lot more resistance coming around 8.5 or so before then. So that's definitely another spot to be watching. But right now we're kind of stuck around 6.30. So let's see how this one goes. I definitely will be personally a little bit cautious here on this one. Another ticker, though, is MNMD. And before we talk about that one, let's talk about what it was yesterday. We talked about on the stream here yesterday, MMEDF. Got to get all my tickers right here. MindMed. And these guys are all over the place right now. We'll talk about, they're even on Morning Brew. So there's a lot of PR going on about this company right now. This is their daily chart when they were an OTC stock yesterday. That's when it was being called out here in this chat room. And you could really see 2 points I want to talk about here is this $4 zone, which was former resistance. We tried to break above it, didn't hold. Tried again to break above it, didn't hold. And then we had this $5 all-time high. So now this ticker got uplisted. So it's no longer on the OTC markets, it's on the NASDAQ market. So if we go here to the NASDAQ market, MNMD, the new ticker, MNMD, it doesn't show on the daily chart yet. You'd have to go to I think anything below the daily, so 4 hour would show as well. I'll leave this here and let's zoom in here to the 1 minute. So you can see opened up at 509, pulled all the way up here, 65% rally. Then it sold off quite a bit again, but it's finding that support around 5.5, and then really that's the 509, which was roughly the all-time highs, the OTC levels, is where it ripped off. So these are the critical zones. I'm not sure how much lower below 550 we're going to go. So I think MNMD, anything under 5.5 might be a really, really good buy. Yeah, the float on NSPR, the first ticker we looked at, 108 million float. That's really really high. So a little bit more than we're usually looking at. Shares should be the same for this ticker on the OTC markets. I'm not sure if it's even going to pop up anymore. Might have got delisted then. Okay, so they already updated their ticker change here. But unfortunately, we're not seeing that news. So I think both tickers we're going to be trading today, NSPR and MNMD, are going to be interesting because there might be some order flow issues. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, that's exactly what we were experiencing pre-market with NSPR. TD Ameritrade said after the market opens, there shouldn't be any more issues, but, you know, I would take that with a huge grain of salt. And then, you know, MMMD with the uplist here, there can also be some issues, some routing issues. So probably good to take it a little bit of caution, but I think, you know, if there's a market open, you know, panic sell or something like that could be really good to buying opportunity. All right, let's go through some other tickers being called out right now. And then we'll go to the news. So we have ALDX. This was popping up a little bit here. I have it on my watch list already. US biotech, 38 million float, 52 million market cap, gapping up around 20% or holding around 20% pre-market. They have a phase 3 clinical trial results coming in here that are looking pretty good. So yeah, this is what I like to see. But, you know, only around 20% right now. It just isn't that exciting for a ticker like this. So, you know, volume fading a little bit, but overall holding most of its highs. I mean, you know, 15% sell-off isn't that bad, but the rally here itself isn't exactly something to run home about. So I don't know, maybe we're going to have a double top at one point. Maybe we're going to retest the highs. I'll put an alert here, see if we start breaking above VWAP. I think ALDX is definitely one to watch, and it's probably one of the top 3 at the moment, which, you know, doesn't say a lot necessarily. DMTK moving here, but very light volume. Gabrielle says, can't trade MNMD on Webull. That's good to know. It's unfortunate, actually. NNDM being called out. It's really similar to the other ticker. Let's pull it up here, close OTC markets, go back to here, NNDM. We got Israel, another Israel company. Israel always got tons of companies coming out here as lead gappers. 2 billion market cap, that's definitely above our range, but, you know, yesterday we had some really nice large market caps doing good action. Honestly, we had some really good action right after we ended the stream, like 15 minutes after we ended the stream. Hopefully some of you guys were day trading yesterday afternoon, because it was actually a pretty good day for it. I personally didn't myself. Nice little action here though, up around 10%. That's why it's not on my gap scanner. My gap scanner is only picking up tickers usually around 15%, I think it is. I think I actually lowered it. Let me quickly check here. Edit, scanner. Wait a second. Yeah, okay, I lowered it to 10%. So TD Ameritrade, also their scanners only update around every 5 minutes. So it's a little bit, you know, if I'm not watching it because it's a pre-market gapper, oftentimes I do come onto it a little bit late, which is a little bit of the problem with the free scanner. %4 move there. Not too bad. Nano acquires Mechanics 3D printing leader Nano Fabric Ltd. So it has a catalyst today. It's good. Quickly running through the news here a little bit. We talked about Biden's first 100 days yesterday. This was actually really cool to kind of review a little bit. Actually, this is a different article. The one we talked about had some more specifics in terms of what's the best way to word this? Things that were kind of promised, things that were talked about on his campaign, and what the current status was. Here it looks like it's a bit more in numbers a little bit, which is probably good to review as well. I actually didn't review this one this morning because I actually thought it was the same as yesterday, so shame on me for that, but I'll definitely be diving into this a little bit more in my free time. I'll add it to the watch list, which is pinned in the first comment below this video on playback, so after the stream goes live. Now with the new tax hikes that's going on or potentially will be passed, there was a White House official, I think they said it was only going to affect about 0.3% of Americans. So it's very focused to the upper class. Here's kind of something interesting. Biden seeks $80 billion to beef up the IRS to improve audits. I read an article, I think it was a few weeks back. It was like for every $1 the government invests into the IRS. So let's say, you know, they spend $1, let's say, to hire more employees. That $1 returns around it was north of $500. I forgot the amount. So because right now the IRS is super understaffed, a lot of people will start, you know, trying to avoid taxes a little bit more. They'll, you know, try to cut corners, and because they know they might not get audited because the IRS is understaffed. So right now, I think, you know, it's obvious. I think that everyone knows that, especially if you work in government. So this makes a lot of sense right here. Kind of interesting. I did want to point out here as well. Let's keep going through, and I'll talk about Morning Brew here a little bit as well. There's something really interesting. We all know about the migrations going on right now in the U.S. It looks like California will lose a seat in the in Congress for the first time in its 170-year history. This is pretty crazy as a state. New York also lost the seats, apparently by 89 residents or no more. That sounds a little bit weird, but I guess it could happen. Texas got 2 new representatives, so it looks like the power is shifting a little bit. Scrolling along here, guys, we have Tesla earnings coming out. They got record profits of $438 million and grew 74% annually last quarter. That's actually really strong. Their car business is going up, doubling from same time last quarter, so that's huge. But actually, a big part of their profit as well is from they bought crypto back in February, and they actually sold 10% of that of their Bitcoin holdings for 101 million profit. So think about that. I mean, they're making around 25% right now of their profit from their Bitcoin holdings. that's insane. Pretty sweet, honestly. What else is going on here? Their market share, Tesla market share for EV vehicles right here decreased from 82% to 70% over the last year. There we go. That's this, you know, a little bit of a decrease. There's definitely a lot of competition. I mean, right now I'm in Berlin, and there's you know, EV cars everywhere, and yeah, not only Teslas. Let's keep going through here. OnlyFans with big profits here. OnlyFans revenue popped 553%. That's crazy. Let's see, scroll down here a little bit more. So this is the company that was uplisted today. Uplisted. Sorry about that. Let's just read this whole thing here together because I think it's probably kind of important. Drug manufacturer MindMed will be listed on the NASDAQ today, becoming the second company of its kind to go public in the U.S. Compass Path is already trading publicly, and Peter Thiel-backed ATAI Life Sciences could make it 3. It just filed for an IPO last week. This section I highlighted here to kind of dive into it a little bit more because me personally, I was caught off guard a little bit with MindMed. It was not necessarily a company I was following, but since a lot of my friends know that, I trade and, all that fun stuff, I was getting a lot, believe it or not, I was getting texts from, I think it was 3 people now. Yeah. And they were all asking me about MindMed. And I was like, what is this? Like, why are my friends texting me about MindMed and I don't even know it? And then I was like, yeah, it's the company we were talking about yesterday. So for anyone else that was in my shoes, let me quickly kind of review it here a little bit. According to MindMed CEO Jay Aran, the growth of psychedelics companies is tied to increased awareness of mental health challenges during the pandemic. MindMed's therapeutics try to improve mental health with treatments that utilize ingredients including MDMA. Talk about Joe Rogan over here, LSD and I can't even pronounce that. Psilocybin of shrooms fame. So I don't know if I could even pronounce that last word. Let me see if he is. Psilocybin. Psilocybin. I think I even said it worse after I looked it up. Anyway, so yesterday I put it in my cannabis section actually here, MNMD, although I guess, technically it belongs in a different section, in a psychedelic section, which we also started yesterday, and it is, I guess, a little bit different. So let's go ahead and put that here. MMEDF was the OTC company that's no longer trading. I do want to put it up here just so we can refer to it later today as we were trading. MNMD is the new uplisted ticker. So here on the old ticker had 326,000 shares outstanding. I'm not sure what kind of float that would look like. It's always, it's always hard to say what the float's going to be like. I've seen shares that, were identical. So the shares and the floats were very, very close. I've seen shares that were well over 100,000 and then their float was, below 10,000. So it's really hard to say. You would have to dive through the financial statements, see if larger companies like pension funds are holding shares. I kind of doubt large, pension funds are holding shares of something so volatile and something so new and something that was just OTC markets, but you just never know. Also, some shares could be locked up, etc. So there's many things that can be putting the float lower. Market cap right now, or as of yesterday, was 1.5 billion. So this is going to be very, very interesting ticker for sure, and I'm actually quite excited to be able to trade it today. Again, big support on this ticker around 4 and 5 as of yesterday. The old chart. So as of today, we're probably going to see a lot of support coming in around 5 if we could even reach it. Franks was wondering what other EVs I'm seeing in Berlin. A lot of BMWs. Audi. What other EVs have we been driving? Sometimes like super random ones. I use 6Share a lot. It's like a rental car service that you can just pick up on the side of the road, jump in a car and drive it 10 minutes, drop it off wherever. And a lot of those cars are EVs. Let's see if I can pull up a list of the EVs they have here. I'm not even sure if I can find that. Continue. So automatic. I guess their premium fleet doesn't include. Looks like they don't have the EVs right here, although share fleet. Yeah, I guess it's not so important, but pretty much look at like BMW, EV, see what we get here. They're not like the most mind-blowing cars. They're pretty like they got some pretty standard cars. Like this one, what is this one called? These are everywhere. They're little flitzers. They're pretty fun to drive. I love driving EVs because they're just so much more responsive. Sometimes I'll get in a nicer Audi and I'll just be so disappointed because they're just so delayed. And you're just like, man, you know, get me back in the EV. Good fun to drive. Although, you know, driving stick and stuff is quite fun as well. Anyway, let's keep going through here. It's 9:21. We got another pretty much eight and a half minutes before the market opens. Let me quickly finish a few things I wanted to talk about. Like the CEO was saying, I think it was, don't compare it to cannabis. Our company's objective is not to make your Burning Man experience more pleasurable. Our objective is to treat mental health. Ron told us, that's the CEO. Bottom line, don't expect to cure your anxiety by taking MindMeds in the woods with friends. Therapists are going to be a key component to making this whole new approach work. So it seems like it's more of like a whole package kind of thing. Again, I have to dive into this a lot more myself. It's totally new for me. A little KPI here, kind of interesting. Last month, the cheapest rental car in Maui was a Toyota Camry that cost $722 a day. That's insane. Put that in perspective, I was just in Albania, and before last year, I was in Portugal, and I rented a car. In both places was about $7 a day, and we got the upgraded car. So that's expensive. That's 100 times as expensive as it should be. So, you know, that's really crazy in my eyes. Oscar TV viewership down a lot, actually. So looks like the last 7 years here took a big dive. So 2021, the least viewership of the Oscars, which I don't know, is that surprising or not? To be honest, I don't watch the Oscars myself. I'm the guy that, learns about it from whatever, I see online or people talking about. Probably has to do with the fact that just people don't have, cable TV like they used to. And, just waiting for something to come on TV is just not a thing anymore. So unless you're catching it maybe on YouTube or something like that, you're the less chances of you watching it. Like we talked about yesterday, Apple said it's opening a new hub in North Carolina. We were talking about Apple increasing their investments across the US, so domestically quite extensively. So that's popping up here again. So those are some things I did want to discuss with you guys. Those are really the main topics here, I felt like. So let's kind of dive back into what else is going on. Back to looking at MindMed here. They already got the new ticker. There's the old ticker, MMEDF, being delisted more or less, or uplisted, so no longer relevant. Let's see what else this company does here. Breakthrough mental health healing. Experimental therapies, transcending traditional mental health to treat anxiety, psychedelic inspired medicines, unlocking a new kind of healing for ADHD and addiction, next gen R&D, developing new components, therapies, methods, and technologies to optimize patient outcomes. Michael was just saying that Kevin O'Leary. I was like, oh, Kevin. No, it's not oh, Kevin. Kevin O'Leary was just on the Canadian Trader TV Live YouTube channel. So that's pretty big. And they were talking about MindMed. So that's going to get them quite a bit of exposure. I think this could be a pretty nice open here on MindMed. Can I click on these? It looks like I could almost click on them. LSD assisted therapy. This is going to be an interesting one to follow for sure. Here it is. There's Kevin O'Leary again. This could save lives, cure depression, help alcoholism, get people off opioids. Why wouldn't I want to be invested? Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary, MindMed investor. Could be one to add to the swing portfolio if you get the right kind of accumulation at the right price. So I think this uplisting is going to be great for their exposure. He's against day trading. Totally makes sense. I mean, you know, I also advise against day trading for a lot of people. I just, I say it's not really for everyone. Also, like if you have a job and you like your job and, then, what's the point of day trading? Because ultimately day trading is a job. So it's not for a lot of people. A lot of people probably would way prefer investing and so on. So I totally understand that Kevin O'Leary is not, for day trading. I also met... when I met Jim Cramer on the New York Stock Exchange, he said the same thing. I was like, I'm a day trader, and he was, like, oh no, day trading. But it's easy to say. But I think it's a great way to get wealth and get some funds, and then start investing those funds, and then maybe at one point you're not going to have to day trade anymore. But I think I love day trading. I think it's really fun. And, I mean, just look at, Ross Cameron, for example, take him as example, he's racking in some pretty nice profit days. And then if he could easily be doing this. I'm sure he is just putting that money to the side, investing it, growing that. And then at one point, if he didn't want to quote unquote work anymore, he didn't have to, but day trading was basically his job that got him there, right? That's how I look at it. And I think that's very confusing for a lot of people because they think day trading and investing is the same thing, and it's always very stressful. All right, so I'm looking at MNMD. I'm going to probably butcher that a lot today. I'm watching NSPR. I'm a little bit shaky about trading NSPR, but those are the two tickers I got on my watch list right now that I'm really zoned in on. Nice little pop there. Don't forget to change everything today. Got 1,000 shares ready to go on MNMD. Ross is on vacation now. Yeah, it's super true. Recovery D-Road. Good morning, guys. Everyone waddling in late, like Bren, for example. No, Bren was in the chat room in the Discord all morning, so... Yeah, Michael, I agree. I think a lot of people are like that. Internet, Netflix, some other subscriptions like Disney, Hulu, HBO, or something like that. And that's really all you need. I mean, I couldn't imagine getting a cable anymore, or like a TV cable plan. All right, another 30 seconds before the market opens. My second screen, I got NSPR on. So if I don't switch around to it on the main screen, don't be surprised. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Let's see what we get. MMMD with a quick little sell-off, but I'm not sure if we're going to break 5.5. If we do, it could be a good accumulation zone. NSPR breaking higher at 6.5. First dip there, 7%, not a small amount. Long, first size there at 24. Pull down right away. A little bit further. Some more support coming in on this one. Not yet at full size. This is kind of the dip I was waiting for. Sell off still pretty strong here, about 12%. So definitely a very strong red open. Might crack the 5. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 4. All right, I got full size now, lowered my average. Big dip here, hoping it's not going to get halted. Watching NSPR on my second screen. Taking some profits off the table there. Oh, I just realized. Sorry about that. That was a nice move there, but unfortunately my entry wasn't that great. So I was walking away with only about $300 profit when, I just, started a little bit too aggressively with size. This could be a really good red to green move, but I didn't want to risk a flush, a second flush. That's a different setup there. So I took my profits. Let's see here. If I was able to get a better entry, I jumped on this one a little bit too soon. Then I would have been, definitely on board for that. Let's keep an eye on this one. I think we might see a move past 5.5, but at the same time, I did want to kind of reduce my risk here just in case. I didn't want to be stopping out of this one. Possible move there past 5.5. This could be a really strong red to green, but I'm going to give it a little bit longer. That was a big dump so far at the open. It's about a 16% sell-off. Very, very aggressive. But it had a huge support zone. I mean, this is a big sell-off here. This is down 41% from the pre-market highs. We could see something like 50%. So I'm not sure, nothing's guaranteed. We might have that move past 5.5 and then 5.75, and then we're, going to have a nice red to green. You just don't know. For now, I'm going to kind of sit on my fingers here a little bit. Looks like I sold a hair too soon. Wouldn't be surprised if it broke past 5.5, but I'm just kind of giving it some time here. You are risking a second big move to the downside with a lot of sell volume already on this one at the open here. But I think a lot of people are watching MNMD, so there's going to be a lot of dip buyers. A lot of people trying to jump on this one. A lot of people accumulating. I think even if you're swing trading this one, any entry under 5.5 could be really good. So you might even have, you don't even have just day traders right now. You might even have investors and swing traders jumping on this opportunity, which is not always the case for tickers that we're trading. So I think that gives us a really unique opportunity here. NSPR having issues cracking above 6.5. This is the possible move here at 5.5. Chipping away. Oh yeah, here we go. Really nice. Quickly looking at some other tickers. Yeah, this is really the one to be watching. Solid move there. This is about a 14% move already, guys. This is really sweet. I was hoping we'd, not really necessarily hoping, but I was thinking maybe we're going to get another dip down here, have a retest, and that's where I would have been buying. That's why I wasn't risking this area, but I guess we didn't get that. So that's why I closed here. I didn't think we were going to have right away a big move back to the upside, but look at that. I mean, the strength is there for sure. Still a lot of sell volume, and the volume in general is decreasing right now as the price is increasing. So we're getting a little bit of divergence there as we're coming up to this big shoulder here where we just had a flush. So a little bit of a dangerous spot. Very nicely inching up. I mean, there's just constant people moving up their limit orders is what it looks like. Nice, Michael. I think that's probably a great entry for a swing trade. Watching NSPR, my second screen, it's got some really good volume and it's got some, you know, quick moves, which I like about it. But at the same time, I'm not sure if it's really the ticker to be watching right now. Just huge resistance on this one after that reverse split. But let's keep watching it, and if it gets a little bit more action, I wouldn't mind, you know, jumping around on it. MMND, possible pullback here. Nice. Instantly rips up. Is that a fake out or not? It's hard to say. 938. Big support there at 56. It's just constantly being held. New minute in 10 seconds. Could easily keep ripping past 575. Sell volume is making me a little bit nervous. 556 though. ALDX is at or above at 1380, guys. That one's back in play. $556 is really the accumulation spot right now. Just broke it. Might be a little bit of a flush here, maybe a shakeout. I don't know. It's hard to say. $550 getting chipped a little bit. No, so far it held. A lot of eager beavers looking to buy this ticker. Yeah, 550 is getting chipped here. Small size long there at 52. Support does feel like it might be coming in. Small size right now, because I think it might break. Taking too long. I'm going to close out on this one. Taking too long here. Back to testing 550. Long there. 43. Small size. Long at 37. Half size. Still fairly small here. And my new average is at 5.4. Yeah, still a lot of selling momentum here on this ticker. Definitely want to be a little bit careful. I'm only half size on it right now. Wow, that was just a dip. Yeah, the sell-off here was a little bit stronger than I expected. Sell volume still pretty light. Volatile ticker, I mean, nothing less, nothing that I'm not necessarily surprised. I thought we were going to get a little bit of a shakeout and then have a nice little rally here. So I'm just thinking about how I want to manage this position. Do I want to go full size on it, or do I want to cut my half size? That's really the question. Look like some support's coming in right now. New minute and 10 seconds. Still a lot of sellers there at 510. Cutting that loss a little bit. Luckily, I was able to walk away with a little bit less of a loss. I'm actually red on MNMD right now, about 150. That was a bigger loss, which is unfortunate. Not to mention my small first profit was a little bit shaky as well. Yeah, there was a nice little move back there to 5.3. I bought here too soon. This pullback, I was thinking we were going to get kind of like a delayed move here, and then I was looking to get an entry around 5.4, 5.3, and I didn't really expect us to go all the way back to 5. That's why I closed pretty quickly here, because if we do break 5, maybe we're going to have a new low here. And we're going to break below this area. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm going to cut my loss there on that one. A little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. 943 right now. Definitely a fun hot ticker though. Even though I'm red on it, I'm still loving the fact that we're seeing something like that because it's been so dry this month. This has been the slowest month. I don't know. I would say probably in the last, 8 months or so. Definitely of the year. NSPR popping back above here at 6.3. Right now, I would love to trade it again. We're not getting clean setups. 5 minutes, a little bit choppy. 1 minute, not a clean move right now, so I'm going to be sitting on my fingers a little bit, and maybe we'll get a move later, but at the moment, not for me. I'll keep a close eye on it, though. NSPR, let's keep watching this one. This might... NSPR breaking. NSPR breaking a key area there. 108 million flow. It almost looks like it's going to get halted. Oh my god, it just got halted. I was not expecting this ticker to get halted. Yeah, Velocity, just saw your comment. I hope I explained that beforehand, but I was looking for a pullback. I was not looking for a double bottom. I just had a different trade thesis. And yeah, my average price does show on the screen at 540, like Michael said. So right now the markets are slightly red, not really too bad, but they were green. So it looks like they are pulling back a little bit. They had a bounce. Not really too worried. I like when they're kind of neutral like they are right now. MNMD selling off again. Maybe we're going to get another break here. NSPR is going to open up at most likely 5 minutes, so at 9:50. Watching MNMD. Whoa, big flush there on MMMD. Whoa, all the way down to 69. Almost feels like something was halted. Maybe some negative news pending or something like that. That was a big drop on this ticker. Huge drop on that one. That's why you got to cut your losses. 461, this is a new low here. This has been a pretty rough open, down 20% since the open. I guess it's going to be finding a new low now. I usually don't like buying into flushes like you saw me do in the morning. I usually do, or usually wait for the second red candle to start showing a little bit more of consolidation. So we got 15 more seconds till that second candle. Right now this thing is just really, really dipping hard here. It almost feels like there's an offering or some news or something like that, because this is a lot of sell momentum right now. For a ticker like this to do an offering here, I mean, it's not the best way to start your debut, so I don't see it necessarily happening, but at the same time, it would be a great way to get some cash, because it seems like they're going to need to do a lot of legal battles, this company, in terms of, you know, it's a new industry, psychedelics in the USA. I mean, that's always been a hot controversial topic. There goes MNMD is halted here. So I am red on MNMD for the day, but you know, I was able to at least void this one, and I did get stuck in this sell-off. It was much stronger than I expected, but I was able to close it. Luckily, it's slightly green, and then I gave back pretty much my profits, unfortunately, here. So yeah, woo! What a sell-off there, huh? That was wicked. Okay, so we got MNMD halted. We got NSPR halted. NSPR is going to open up first, so I'll put this one back up. Nice entry, Brent, at 4.5. Even with MNMD halted, I'm not sure how much more it's going to sell off here. Yeah, Michael, honestly, if you're swing trading it, I probably wouldn't even be watching it. I hate watching my swing trades on intraday because it makes me go crazy. It makes me get kind of emotional on my swing trades and probably makes me do silly decisions. So, freak. You know, if it's a swing trade, what I like to do is just keep averaging down pretty much as long as my trade thesis is still right. You know, we're actually getting some interesting moves here across the board as well. RIBT, I don't know if you guys are watching this one, but this is looking pretty hot. NSPR, though, about to open, so I do want to pull this one up. There's the open. To 7. Good volume here. RIBT 40 market cap, 40 million float. That's actually really good numbers. Could be a good snack here on NSRP. Feeling a little uncomfortable about it myself though. Spread's very loose. At 53, MNMD should be opening up. Sell volume easing up though here, so this could easily get halted again going to the upside. Dip buyers coming in very strong right now on NSPR. Let's watch it. You know, I was really excited to be trading NSPR today. I was like stoking for it, but the pre-market action I got on it just really killed my enthusiasm. RIBT looking pretty zesty right now. $40 million volume being traded. One of our lead gappers right here at 75%. Scheduled to host conference call on the 28th. It doesn't really seem like there's any real catalyst though. Next big resistance is roughly 2.2, so there's definitely room to run on RIBT. MNMD about to open up, guys. Let's watch it. Opening up, instantly sell, pulls higher. Good on you, Bren, for that. Still a little bit of sell momentum, though. Possible fill if we keep selling off here. I know there's decent support coming in here in the low fours. Nice bounce there all the way back to 5.6 though. RIBT still flying. MNMD low at 438. Wow, RIBT. RIBT has possible upside till 2 and then 220 really before huge resistance comes in. So it's good fun watching this one. I would probably wait for a little bit more consolidation here. I'm also a little bit worried for the fact that this one doesn't have a proper catalyst. So that's also a bit of point of worry, but you know, this is a classic ticker here, 40 million market cap, 40 million float, so it's finally a ticker in our wheelhouse a little bit, which is rare these days. Great momentum there. Congrats to anyone trading this one, and congrats to you guys trading MNMD off the lows, now at 489. Huge bounce there, epic bounce. Now it's over 12% bounce. Slayer, it's not really about buying certain stocks right now. It's about having a strategy, knowing why you're trading what you're trading. RIBT going down. 4.6. There's a bit of a sell-off. 8% move. Definitely a strong sell-off there. And MNMD is a tough one to trade because it sells off so hard and then it rallies up so hard, but it never really makes any sort of healthy pattern. So it's a little bit tricky. You kind of just have to do a bit of a shot in the dark strategy in a way, and then cut your losses quickly. Nice, Bren. Are you still holding that? That was a good one. Sweet move there. Very nice. That's the home run trade that everyone dreams of. So big congrats, man. Heck yeah, dope sandwich. That's awesome. That's like the reverse way a lot of people go, but heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, enjoy it, man. Doesn't happen all the time, so it's always a nice thing to just like, sit back and cherish sometimes. I'm watching RIBT, still watching MNMD. Not super interested at the moment on NSPR, but it's definitely an option. Big support on NMMD back at 5. Might crack, maybe a little bit of a shakeout, who knows? $9.59. Right now, NMMD is making a perfect pullback. Really nice setup here. $8% move there on RIBD. Congrats to anyone that took that trade. That was pretty sweet as well. Big volume coming in on MNMD on that attempted to break there at 520. Huge volume just snuck in on that one. Maybe it's going to be another one of those fake outs. Let's see what happens though. Nice, Jonathan. RIBT getting close to VWAP here. Could be an option. Watching MMD though as well. Possible break of 5. Back to the downside. Long, small size on MNMD. Average at 91. Definitely some support here coming in. I'm long around 92. 10 seconds left in this candle. Back down there to 80. Watching. Don't have a full size on it, but you know, last time we were in this position, it was a little bit, the selling pressure just was way stronger than you would have wanted. That's making me a little bit nervous again here. But long there, close to full size. Was holding, went long at 7.7. Brought my average down a little bit. Pretty decent volume on this one. It's hard to say because of that big spike. Definitely a few things that can happen here. I'm just kind of watching this one. We do have a potential to be forming a higher low. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to see here if I can take some risk off the table and maybe buy if it does flush. But right now it's moving higher, a little bit too slow. So I'm going to take a small loss there on that one and then look for a possible second move. But right now I'm going to get out of that one. Oh, talk about selling right before the move higher. That's always a little bit stressful when that, those snags happen. Is what it is. but that one didn't work out that time. Yeah, this ticker's not exactly in my wheelhouse, so I am trading it a little bit more like a classic small cap, which typically if you don't get resolution within the first, 1 or 2 attempts, it's usually good to jump chip. So I probably need to adjust that a little bit, but it's fine, I didn't really like the fact that it was moving so slowly. To me, it was getting really risky, and I just didn't want to risk a 5% flush or something like that. So that's why I closed that one. Don't really regret it. Yeah, of course I could have walked away with maybe 1, 2, 3% profit or so, but just a little bit risky there. Especially with that big resistance on the 9 EMA and the 5. Definitely a ticker to keep watching though. I really, really like the action, the volume here on this one. The price action's a little bit tricky, and it's not my typical upwards trending front side, which is making me having a hard time trading it. It's not my go-to setups, but man, I'm just stoked that we have ticker with volume. It's just so nice to see that. I'm going to keep it up on my second screen while I'm going to quickly check out a few other tickers. NSPR did break higher though, but it's struggling, this ticker. We got RIBT, really nice bounce off of VWAP. Congrats to anyone that got that VWAP bounce on RIBT, really nice. I feel like a big question is MNMD finding that higher low, or is it gonna keep selling off here? It's hard to say, but I honestly don't really see this ticker selling off below $4, for example. Michael, yeah, a little bit. I gotta catch up in the comments here. I haven't looked at it when I was in my trade. I think I would have had a lot better time trading RIBT based on the price action on this one. You can kind of see here, you give it like 1 or 2 chances, but then it makes its move. While MNMD is a little bit different in that regard. So it's been a little bit trickier here for me to trade that one. Nice move back up there. Yeah, I think like Corey said, there's a great gap fill on potential on RIBT as well. Possible small size here on RIBT. Very small size, went down to 6s. Looking for another fill possibly on this one. in the 59s right now, long at 61. Buying the pullback, looking for a move back to the upside is a little bit hairy here. Sometimes I'm very cautious on these moves that are I'm still selling off a little bit too much. First pullback back to a possible front side move. This is what I was trying to finish saying before. Didn't really finish my sentence. Closing out there. My problem with these, and I do talk about these from time to time, is this is the first pullback on the move back to the front side, and I'm always really cautious on these. I make a lot of mistakes on these moves, so oftentimes I don't stick around very long on them, because I do find that when you're no longer on the front side, this is the front side, and right now we are on the back side of a move. And oftentimes these have some really big issues breaking back higher. The big kind of catalyst behind this trade thesis here was the fact that we had nice big volume, almost as high as the blow off top here. So I was thinking, okay, this could actually be a little bit of a reversal indicator, but at the same time, it just, you know, I'm not the one to stick around on a move like that. RIBT was really nice front side though, so really good action there. I like what I'm seeing, but I think I might have to wait until this one maybe starts making new highs or so. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. Also watching MNMD very closely here. I think there's potential on it, but not really my day so far, unfortunately. You know, first day with huge volume, and I'm kind of flailing left and right, which is definitely a little bit stressful, but you know, it's just one day, so is what it is. Been up since 2 a.m. Mike. Oh, Jesus. What are you doing up there? So typically I trade till about 10:30. I'm just seeing here if we get some more opportunities. Otherwise, I'm going to call it. Looks like I'm going to have a small, you know, if I called it right now, I'd have a small red day. I do want to be very careful here, mindful of that. But, you know, we definitely have a lot of opportunity here, but, you know, just blindly, you know, buying dips is not paying off today, unfortunately. So I got to be careful. The volume on some of these tickers is just so nice. I'm just so happy looking at it. It's so refreshing. The LDX flush being called out. Ay, that is a huge one, 10%. Typically a flush like that would come with some sort of news, like an offering or whatnot, but this one, nothing so far. NSPR back up. NSPR is having this really sketchy looking triple top. That is a bit of an ascending triple top. It's hard to say. It's a bit of a channel pattern. Almost seems like swing trading MNMD at this point might be the best way to go if you guys are interested in something like that. I'm still hoping we're going to see a little bit more action here. We're approaching that critical 4-5 zone again. I think it is worth watching at that area. RIBT crawling back up again. Yeah, it might be good to jump in, Mike, before the split. But I would sell probably into any sort of blow off after the split. It's typically a good time. After the split, Tesla went down quite significantly. Same with Apple. But like, I think it was a few weeks after it. So there was always a nice run up first initially because of all the volume. NMMD selling off again, looking for a small entry here at 46. Small size. A lot of sell volume here accumulating. Moving second order down to 42. Long there, second fill at 42. Let's see if we can get a full size going. About 4,000, 5,000 shares maybe. Still selling off, now in 38s, 37. Long again, last size there. New low at 428, look at that, big sell-off. 427, 26, you! This thing is dumping hard. I'm getting a little bit burnt right now on this ticker, huh? This has not been my day here on MNMD. 420 seems to be a bit of the battlefield right now. Also getting chipped instantly down to 412. Man, oh man. Big sell-off there. 410. I actually really like what we were seeing too, but luckily I didn't go all in on this one. My size was pretty limited. Could have averaged down there again, actually. I did leave myself some buffer room there. Big volume on that last candle. Buyers could be back here a little bit. Was down about 5%, not at my max stop, but still pretty, not exactly what you want to be seeing. New minute starting now. Looking for that move back above 4.4. Big volume on this one. That was some of the bigger buy volume we've seen at a max low. That could have been a capitulation right there. Hard to say. This ticker has been known to bounce pretty hard, so that's why I'm kind of giving it a little bit more room right now. Bigger buyers there at 35 just coming in for the first time. 43 seems to be a bit of the battle game. 34. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a shaky candle right now. 41 is big time resistance. But if we can break 41, I think we're going to have a nice move. That's kind of what I'm waiting for here. Taking some size off. Closing out the rest. You know, I'm a little disappointed with my trading overall today, especially with that last little. I accidentally just bought when I wanted to sell. Back in the green on that last one. I don't know. I don't feel great about it. I almost feel like I got lucky. I think what I did do right though is I didn't like have any sporadic, you know, I didn't feel like I needed to cut my losses necessarily, which you could argue is a bad thing, but I liked the setup I was seeing, and I didn't want to just fall into the same trap that we saw over and over again. So I luckily didn't get shaken out. I waited a little bit longer. Yesterday, for example, I got shaken out on a perfect low. I mean, cutting your losses is fundamental, but you know, I try to relax a little bit, let it kind of you know, come to fruition a bit, but I don't know. And MNMD has been throwing me around like a little chicken today, so it's not my proudest moment. And that was, you know, that scratch was, you know, it could have been a nice green trade. It could have been much better. So, you know, we had the break there of the low, and then I you know, once we broke 4 or 5, I really thought that, you know, this is going to be that double bottom Adam and Eve formation, and then, you know, nice reversal back to the upside. But yeah, it looks like I'm just a little bit off on this ticker. Like sometimes I'm in a super flow, I'm nailing my moves, and then sometimes, like today, I'm just kind of getting caught on the wrong side, and that's kind of what's going on here for me. So I've noticed when that happens, it's usually best to wrap up, even if the market's, you know, kind of okay, because I don't know, for one reason or another, I'm not trading that good. So I think that's like my analysis on the MNMD. I think right now we could be finally seeing that pullback that I've tried 3 times. I've tried the pullback here. I tried the pullback here. I mean, technically, you know, do I want to try it here? Maybe for a small break of 4 or 5, then accumulate, and then, you know, maybe this is the move higher. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, John, for sure. I think today I was trying my front side pullback. I was just going too aggressive on a strategy that on a ticker that's on a backside. So I probably didn't adjust enough, and I think that was the reason that today more or less I'm red. I'm actually in the green today. Today is a green day, but $79 if I stop right now. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it was a red day because my trading was really sloppy. I didn't really adjust to the overall market. My dip trading was too soon, and my pullbacks were on setups that just weren't that great. So I don't know, a little bit disappointed in myself today, but you know, for bad trading, you know, walking away green, I don't know if I can complain about that, I guess. But yeah, still a little disappointed in myself, I suppose. Here we go. There finally has a little bit of a pullback and some continuation. So volume is so light though, so I'm having a hard time reading this ticker. I gotta admit. Yeah, John Florence. Imagine some good old surfing. Jonathan says, I'm going to call it before I give out profits. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. By the way, if you guys did look into, I almost don't want to talk about this because I feel like it's just, giving acknowledgments to something that shouldn't, get acknowledgments. But we talked about SafeMoon coin yesterday. I was going through their white paper, guys. It's the shadiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It looks like it already went supernova. Now it's on the backside, and people aren't going to be holding bags. I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole. I mean, if you guys are aware that it's clearly a scam, you could probably try to milk it and incorporate that into your trading strategy. But just know, it's pretty bad. I mean, they're charging fees for massive fees just for holding it. There's no way it's going to replace Dogecoin because the way it's set up literally just doesn't make sense. Their method to try to keep the price inflated is by burning tokens. Oh my God, the list is endless, honestly, with SafeCoin on why you would not touch it. I think the name is absolutely hilarious, and I think they did really good marketing. But anytime you go to a site and they're already advertising how to buy and they're promoting HODL, I mean, you just know that it's a little bit shady. There's a few how to buy videos. I mean, and you could just tell it's a pure I don't know, it's a scam coin. That's all it really is. I should have highlighted a few things that I found extremely problematic yesterday. The manual burns was definitely a big one. Honestly, everything here in their white paper, which is literally a few pages long, not even, is very suspicious. Like what they have going for them is, they like what they have. Like for promotions, I mean, like the initial push, they want to make a little bit of a video game to attract people. They're all over the place. They want to do a meetup. They want to set up a charity with charity votes. I mean, there's nothing in here that actually makes any sort of sense. They're not really trying to solve anything besides I mean, look, what is this? We will be expanding our team by 25%. What does that even mean? And we'll be doing a community meetup. That's them, trying to hold the price and push out a bunch of PR while they're burning things and selling into people. There's into poor retail. There is literally a video that was like, if when you buy this on Binance, you wanna allow for 10% slippage. And the reason for that is because the fees they charge on this protocol are so high that it requires 10% slippage. So you're literally getting burned by trading SafeMoon. I thought it was hilarious, and the name is really good. So hats off to that. But if you're serious, about really anything crypto related, I would not touch this. And I think it's funny, but at the same time, I think it's a bit shameful because, it's tokens like this that, puts a bad name on crypto. But at the same time, like who cares? Like if you fall for it, you got to learn your lesson one way or another. And like sometimes the best way to learn is, by, losing money, because then you at least look into it, hopefully a little bit why you lost money. So it is what it is. But I did want to address that. I was even thinking of making a video about it, but I was like, no, I can't make a video about this. This is just shameful. So I don't know. Nice move there on MNMD. A little continuation there, 6%. Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda, held a little bit longer. Having a pullback now. So it's really interesting to watch. Jonathan said, nailed the SafeMoon due diligence. Yeah, oh God. Thoughts on BOXL? Actually, I don't think I have any thoughts on BOXL. I haven't looked at it in quite some time. We traded this ticker so much. Huge move there off the lows, huh? 175 accumulation, wham, 50% up. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on this ticker. I haven't been following it all. If you guys are even asking me, you probably know much more than I do about this ticker, so there's not much point for me to comment on it. What I always like to do is, when I'm looking for a swing trade, is, I'm thinking like, is this a good multi-day runner because it's in a hot industry that's, a multi-day runner. That's kind of why I'm really liking here MNMD, because it's in a new industry a little bit, a new segment that's going to get a lot of PR, especially with people like Kevin O'Leary, tooting its horn about it. That's good stuff. So that's going to be a nice multi-week, multi-month potentially swing trade. So when I think about something like BOXL for swing trading, that's what I would be looking for. Right now it has very light volume and it doesn't look like something that's worth day trading. But for swing trading, if you think it's in a good industry, it's one of the top, small caps in that industry, it's easy to understand and get on board with, then, all to it, go for it. But, right now for day trading, it's a little bit too light volume. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up there. Yeah, like I said before, small red day here. No, it's a small green day, but it feels like a red day. It literally feels like a red day because I did really bad trading. But, it is what it is. I like the action. This is the first time we're getting some action in so long. And it was just, two tickers, one reverse split, and I was having issues with it pre-market, so I decided not to trade it. And then DM, we're usually never trading uplisted stocks, 2 billion market cap, so I'm not going to be trading it right because I'm typically not trading tickers that, are over 500 million market cap. So, all tickers today were out of my wheelhouse besides RIBT, which I was late to the party on, which kind of sucks. That one had a perfect move from 930 to 950. And I don't know. I feel like I was too focused on other tickers, and then I tried to do this one trade on this one and, fumbled a little bit. So, I don't know. Wasn't my best day, but hey, we're not red, so I can't complain. I like it, Ben. Exactly. Why buy Safe Moon when you can buy Dodge? That's the perfect way to end it there. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you do, if you have any great, that's probably a really bad way to say it. Anyway, we got some new merchant again. I got my second shirt on. 2020 made me do it. If you are interested, we got all that merch stuff in the video description below, and I got another shirt coming in tomorrow. Yeah, guys, I think that's everything here. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. A super fun day here today. I'm super stoked on the energy we're seeing in the markets again in the small cap space. Yesterday was okay. Today's getting better. March is coming. April's ending. Thank God. So I think we got all good stuff to come. I will see you guys then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe. Make some awesome trades. Join the Discord if you haven't done so already. Links are in the video description below. Ciao, ciao, guys.